You know the feeling, right? You're buried in constant noise, endless notifications, and just overwhelming stress. Your calendar is jammed. Your brain feels like it has a million tabs open, and real peace feels like a luxury you just can't afford. You chase happiness in a new job, a new relationship, a new phone, only to find it still just out of reach. It's exhausting. But what if the secret to beating modern anxiety and finding genuine inner peace wasn't in some new app or a trendy retreat, but in the private diary of a Roman emperor who lived almost 2,000 years ago? This isn't some fantasy. It's the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful rulers, was a guy who faced war, a plague that destroyed his empire, betrayal, and huge personal loss. And in the quiet hours, usually in a tent on a battlefield, he didn't write about power. He wrote to himself, building a set of principles for a resilient and calm mind. These weren't lectures, they were his private cheat codes for mastering daily life. In this video, I'm breaking down his 10 most practical and life-changing lessons, principles you can use right now to handle the chaos of the 21st century. Lesson 1. Focus only on what you can control. Our first lesson is maybe the most important principle in all of Stoicism, and it's a direct cure for modern anxiety. It's the simple but game-changing idea of focusing only on what you can actually control. Think about how much of your mental energy gets burned on things you have zero power over. You worry about what your boss thinks. You get furious sitting in traffic. You get frustrated by politics or discouraged by the negativity you see online. We spend our days fighting battles we can never, ever win because they're fought on territory we don't own. Marcus Aurelius saw this as the main source of all our self-made misery. He knew that while we can't control the world around us, we have total authority over our inner world, our judgments, our reactions, and our choices. He wrote a note to himself. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This isn't about being passive or giving up. It's about strategic living. It's about saving your precious energy for the things you can actually move the needle on. So let's make this real. Every morning, take 2 minutes. Draw a line down a page. On one side, list what you control today. Your attitude, the effort you put in, whether you exercise, the kindness you show to someone. On the other side, list what you can't control, the weather, what other people think, getting that promotion, how someone else acts. Now, make a conscious choice to let go of the second list. Pour all your focus into the first. This one habit shifts you from feeling like a victim of your circumstances to the master of your own mind. Lesson 2. Practice the view from above. Exercise. The second lesson gives you a radical shift in perspective, designed to make your problems feel small and your peace feel huge. The Stoics called it the view from above. In our daily lives, our problems feel massive. A fight with someone you love, a mistake at work, it can feel like the center of the entire universe. We get lost in the drama, and our emotions get so magnified, they just overwhelm us. We lose all perspective. Marcus practices a powerful visualization to fight this. He would imagine himself floating up, out of his body, and just keep rising. He'd look down on his home, his city, the entire Roman Empire. He'd zoom out even further, seeing the whole earth as a tiny, silent marble spinning in the vast emptiness of space. And from that cosmic viewpoint, he'd look back at whatever was bothering him. From up there, he saw how small and temporary most human worries really are. Here's what you do. The next time you feel overwhelmed, find a quiet spot and close your eyes for 5 minutes. Visualize yourself floating up from your chair. See your room, your building, your city. Keep zooming out until you see the whole planet hanging in the void. Think about the massive scale of time, all the generations before you, all the ones that will come after you're gone. Now, from that grand perspective, look at your problem. Ask yourself, in a year or even a week, how much is this really going to matter? This doesn't make your feelings invalid. It puts them in context. It helps you see the difference between a real crisis and a temporary hassle, so you can respond with wisdom instead of panic. Lesson 3. Do less, but do it well. Our third lesson is a direct attack on our modern obsession with hustle culture. Marcus teaches us to do less, but do it better. We live in a world that celebrates the packed schedule. We brag about how little we sleep and how many projects we're juggling. But let's be honest, how much of that is just being busy? How much of it is just busy work that fills our time but drains our energy without creating any real value? Marcus believed the key to a calm life was stripping away everything that wasn't essential. He advised himself, if you seek tranquility, do less. He wasn't talking about being lazy. He was talking about being focused. He said to do only what is essential because this brings a double satisfaction. To do less, better. When you get rid of the unnecessary, you free up the mental space and energy to crush the things that actually matter. So here's the move. At the start of your day, look at your to-do list. For every single item, ask yourself a ruthless question. Is this truly essential? Is this actually moving me toward my goals? Or is it just a distraction? Be honest. You'll probably find that a lot of the things you think you have to do are really just things you could do. Cut, delegate, or delay anything that isn't essential. Instead of trying to do 10 things, find the 1 or 2 that will make the biggest impact. Give those your full, undivided attention. When you stop chasing the illusion of productivity and start focusing on real effectiveness, you not only do better work, but you get your peace of mind back. Leçon 4. Practice gratitude daily. The fourth lesson is a simple practice that can completely rewire your brain from always seeing what's missing to seeing what's there. Daily gratitude. It's human nature to focus on what's wrong. We get fixated on what we don't have, the goals we haven't hit, and how our lives aren't perfect. This is a recipe for being permanently unhappy. Complaining becomes our default setting, and we totally take for granted the thousands of good things happening around us all the time. Marcus understood that real joy isn't about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you have. He wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you already have." He also told himself to start every day with gratitude, writing, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Let's make this real. Turn gratitude into a daily habit you can't skip. First, every morning, before you even look at your phone, take 60 seconds and name 3 specific things you're grateful for. The comfort of your bed, the taste of your coffee, whatever. Be specific. Second, every night before you sleep, think of one good thing that happened during the day. A nice comment from a coworker, a laugh with a friend. This simple, consistent habit forces your brain to shift its focus from what's missing to what's present. It trains you to see the good that's already there, creating a deep sense of contentment that no external chaos can touch. Leçon 5. Never complain. This brings us to Lesson 5. A discipline that's as hard as it is life-changing. Never complain. Complaining does nothing useful. It just drains your energy, makes you feel like a victim, and spreads negativity to everyone around you. But for most of us, it's our automatic response to any little frustration. We complain about the weather, our work, our health, other people. Marcus saw complaining as a total failure of perspective. He famously wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." In other words, the event isn't what makes you suffer. Your judgment that the event is bad is what makes you suffer. Complaining is just you reinforcing that negative judgment over and over. He would remind himself to never be heard, complaining not even to himself. The actionable step here is to make a conscious change in how you respond to problems. The next time you feel the urge to complain, just pause. Ask yourself 2 questions. Can I do anything to change this? If yes, then take action instead of whining. If the answer is no, then ask the second question. Can I accept this? Acceptance doesn't mean you like it. It means you stop wasting energy fighting a reality you cannot change. This practice replaces the draining habit of complaining with the empowering habits of solving problems and graceful acceptance. It's a direct application of focusing on what you can control, your own response. We're halfway through our journey into the mind of Marcus Aurelius. If these lessons are resonating with you and you're getting value from this ancient wisdom, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It helps us make more content just like this, and it makes sure you won't miss out on future deep dives into practical philosophy. Now, let's get to Lesson 6. Lesson 6. Help others without expecting praise. The 6th lesson shifts our focus from ourselves to others. Marcus taught that our highest purpose is to serve the common good, and to do it without expecting any reward or applause. In our world, even being kind can feel like a transaction. We post our good deeds on social media for likes. We help a coworker, secretly hoping they'll owe us a favor. We often do good things with an audience in our heads. Marcus thought this completely missed the point. The reward for a good deed is the deed itself. He said, "A person who does good is like a grapevine that produces grapes and looks for nothing more." He wrote, "A man, when he has done a good act, does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to produce again the grapes in season." The whole point of being a social creature is to work together and help each other. That's where real fulfillment comes from. Your actionable step is to do one small, anonymous act of kindness every day. Do something helpful for someone without them knowing it was you. Pay for the coffee for the person behind you, and just drive away. Help a struggling colleague, but frame it as teamwork. The key is to separate the act of giving from the craving for praise. This practice builds a quiet confidence and inner peace that outside validation can never give you. You start to understand that your value isn't in what people think of you, but in your character. Lesson 7. Limit digital and superfluous distractions. Lesson 7 is shockingly relevant for our lives today. Marcus Aurelius warned against wasting time and attention on pointless stuff, a perfect diagnosis for our age of digital distraction. Even though he lived 2,000 years before the smartphone, Marcus knew the danger of a scattered mind. He saw people getting pulled in a million directions, worrying about what other people were doing, saying, or thinking. He wrote, "Do external things distract you? Then make time for yourself to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions." Today, those distractions are more powerful than ever. Our phones buzz constantly. Social media feeds create envy and anxiety. The 24-hour news cycle just fuels outrage. We think we're staying informed, but really we're just wasting our most valuable resource, our attention, on things that are neither important nor in our control. The actionable step is to do an attention audit. Set firm boundaries with your devices. Pick specific times to check email and social media instead of reacting to every single notification. When you find yourself mindlessly scrolling, pause and ask the Stoic question: is this essential? Is this information helping me be a better person? Or is it just noise? Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Replace some news with a book. The goal isn't to become a hermit. It's to be an intentional consumer of information. By consciously choosing where you point your focus, you protect your mind from the clutter and create the mental space you need for deep thought and real peace. Leçon 8. Practice evening reflection. Our 8th lesson gives you a structured way to guarantee personal growth. It's the simple but powerful habit of an evening reflection. Most of us just go through our days on autopilot. We react to things, handle problems, and at the end of the day, we just numb our brains with Netflix until we fall asleep. We almost never pause to review our actions, learn from our screw-ups, or see our progress. So we end up making the same mistakes over and over again. The Stoics were huge believers in a daily review. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's a calm, objective look at your day, like a pilot reviewing flight data to make the next trip smoother. Your actionable step is to build a quick, structured reflection into your evening routine. Before bed, grab a journal and answer 3 simple questions. What did I do well today? Acknowledge where you acted with character. Where did I fall short? Pinpoint moments where you lost your cool or acted out of line, without harsh judgment. What can I do differently tomorrow? Make a clear, specific plan for improvement. For example, I did well by staying patient in traffic. I fell short when I was impatient with my family. Tomorrow, I'll pause and take a breath before responding when I feel stressed. This 5-minute routine compounds over time. It makes your growth intentional. It makes sure that every single day, no matter what happened, becomes a lesson that makes you wiser for the next one. Lesson 9. Reframe obstacles as opportunities. Lesson 9 is one of the most empowering mindsets in all of philosophy. It's the idea that the thing in your way is the way. Our normal reaction to a problem, a setback at work, a difficult person, a financial hit, is to see it as bad luck. We get frustrated, defeated, or angry. We think the obstacle is stopping us from moving forward. Marcus had a radical reframe. He believed any obstacle could be turned into a chance to practice a virtue. A rude person is a chance to practice patience. A failure is a chance to practice resilience. He wrote it down in one of his most famous lines: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacle isn't something to avoid. It's raw material for your own growth. The actionable step is to consciously practice this reframe the next time you hit a wall. When an obstacle shows up, instead of thinking, "This is awful," or "Why me?" ask a different question. What virtue can I practice here? Or how can this make me better? Flight canceled? That's an opportunity to practice patience. Someone unfairly criticized you? An opportunity to practice emotional resilience and not let their opinion ruin your peace. Made a huge mistake? An opportunity to practice humility, honesty, and learn from it. This mindset shift is the ultimate alchemy. It turns every negative into a positive, every setback into a stepping stone. It means that no matter what life throws at you, nothing can truly stop you, because every event becomes fuel for your progress. Leçon 10. Keep a journal. Our final lesson is the very practice that made all these other lessons possible: keeping a journal. The book we call Meditations was never meant to be published. It was Marcus Aurelius's private journal. It was his space to get his thoughts straight, fight his own weaknesses, and remind himself of his principles. He wasn't writing to impress anyone. He was writing to improve himself. In our lives, our thoughts are just a tangled mess of anxiety, ideas, and feelings swirling around in our heads. A journal acts like a mirror for your mind. It lets you get your thoughts out on paper, where they become clear and manageable. It's the training ground for your character. Your final actionable step is to start your own philosophical journal. You don't have to be an emperor. You just need a notebook and a few minutes a day. Use it to practice the other lessons we talked about. Write down what you can and can't control. Reflect on your day. Express gratitude or work through an obstacle. Don't worry about grammar. Just write for yourself. Ask the hard questions. Where are my emotions ruling me? Am I living by my values? What am I avoiding? This practice of regular self-examination is how you take these lessons from just being ideas you read about to something you actually live. Conclusion. So, there it is. 10 timeless lessons from a Roman emperor on how to master the art of living. Recap. Focus only on what you can control. Get perspective with the view from above. Do less, but do it better. Practice daily gratitude. Never complain. Help others without needing praise. Limit your distractions. Reflect on your day. See obstacles as opportunities, and keep a journal to guide it all. These aren't just abstract theories. They are practical tools for building a life of resilience, purpose, and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom has survived for 2,000 years for one simple reason: it works. It worked for an emperor, and it can work for you. The key is to not just know these lessons, but to practice them day in and day out. If these secrets resonated with you, subscribe for more ancient wisdom for modern problems. Smash the like button to help spread this video. And I want you to do one more thing to make this stick. Go to the comments and type, "My mind is my own," to lock in your commitment to mastering your inner world. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 lessons hits home the hardest for you right now? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.